Brad, man, Brad, man, since we were last on the show, you are now a proud owner
Man,
of an Evercade VS Founders Edition.
I know. I'm an Evercadian now.
Wow, welcome to the club.
Man, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. All right, all right, all right. Welcome to the Evercadians 2025. What's happening, Brooklyn Menace?
What's going on, Brad?
Happy New
It's
Year,
so
brother.
good to see you. I'm not going to act like we haven't been talking for the last hour, but it's
I
still
know.
good to
Like
see you.
we've been talking for an hour. I'm like, save it for the show. Save it for the show. Man, we have some awesome special guests here. First one I want to introduce. Anyone in the Evercade community knows this guy. He's the Game Freak. Welcome to the show, the Game Freak. What's
Hey, what's
happening?
happening, everyone?
Brad, can I introduce the next guy?
Yeah. By the way, I just want to say the Game Freak, we're talking about the best of 2024. He's my favorite Evercade YouTuber. So
I'm
have you on the
blushing,
show
man.
is a privilege and an honor. And thank you. Thank
This is
you
your
for your
first
content.
live
Honor's
show,
mine.
The Game Freak?
I was actually a guest on that Atari show on BCB's page, like
All
probably
right.
a year ago. So
Because I know
it's
mostly
been a
on your
while.
channel you do recorded videos.
Yes. I just
Yeah.
started doing live streams like maybe a week ago. So
All right.
kind of new to it.
Well, welcome to the Evercadians. You're going to jump right into the deep end. So welcome to the
right.
show. We're so glad you're here.
I'm ready.
And introduce our next special guest.
All right. Filling in for Herb Wars tonight. You might know him from the Rexer Show or the Kev Gret channel or playing co-op VR with me. Give it up for Kev Gret. He's gone.
There he is.
There he is.
What's up, Kevin?
I don't have my 5 hours, Brooklyn, but thanks for that
Hey,
intro.
Welcome to the
What's
channel.
up, guys? What's
Welcome
up,
to the
Game
channel.
Freak, Brooklyn, Papa?
Yeah.
What's happening?
Thanks for having
We're
me,
trying to make the intro longer. We want to get it to 10 minutes. It's at about 5 right now because people just feed in during the first 5 minutes anyway. But welcome to the show, man. We've got.
I got my wife pregnant during that intro.
I know, man. There's
Damn.
enough time. That's
Just enough time
for some people. So we got Herb Wars is out. He's having some weather issues right now. Welcome to the show, Michael B, the Game Genie. Good to see you. Got Mikey Yoon here. Goofy Foot. What's happening, Goofy Foot? Let's see who else we got in the chat. Wolf Sight, welcome to the show. G4 Guy, good to see you. Rich Odello. Lots of love here from the Evercadians to the Game Freak. We all watch your content. We're so glad you're here. We got Ichabod Crane. Give it a shout out to Crazy Burger. Awesome.
Brad, your camera's gone.
Yeah,
If you're confused, if
is.
you're seeing names popping up that you don't see in chat rooms, the show is being broadcasted on, I think, 3 channels.
Sorry.
So pick the channel that you like the chat room the best.
Oh, come on. It doesn't matter what channel you're on. Because we see all
Yes,
the
it does.
comments.
If you're not on mine,
Yeah, you should be on Papa Bread's
have an
game.
issue.
That's where you should be. But
go over to Papa Bread.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what channel you're on. We see all the comments through here, so we'll see wherever you're chatting from. Okay, so let's just jump right in. We're to jump right into the deep end. Here we go. Let me pull it up. Let's see our first topic. Welcome to chat, and our first topic is.
Getting nervous. What could it be?
Dun, dun, dun. It was on the thumbnail. Neo Geo is coming to Evercade. What do you guys think about that?
What could be wrong with that, Brad?
Yeah.
I mean, that came as a surprise to me. Like, I know a lot of people have been asking for Konami, but getting SNK Neo Geo stuff. And also the fact that Evercade kind of said that there's going to be all different types of products around these, like physical cartridges. I can imagine an SNK, like a Neo Geo Alpha, would be perfect if they did it right, did it all red. You know, and an Alpha that was a Neo Geo, that would kind of make sense to have changeable marquees on it. I can do without it on the regular Alpha. I'm not going to keep pulling that plexiglass off because I have a feeling eventually it's going to break.
Yep.
But man, SNK, could you imagine like what they can do with that?
And
Sky's the limit.
Rich Odella says Neo Geo on Evercade is a perfect fit. Brooklyn, you got a super chat on your channel. You want to read it out?
Shout out to G Force Guy with that $9.99 super chat. Please take $2.50 per guest, or keep it all, Brooklyn. That's like 2 VR games. Love the content lately. I was going crazy with VR today and yesterday.
Yeah.
Was that a
Because
GoFundMe?
you got a super chat. We
Brooklyn's
get
a
to have
grifter.
a super chat video. Here you go.
That was
We're
skills
back
with the trucks
talking
there.
about Neo Geo. You know what? I just hope they don't just put it all King of Fighters games. You know, I want to see like some Metal Slug. They got to go into the library deep enough that they're picking like a variation of like Neo Geo titles, right? Like, what are what are your favorite Neo Geo games?
I think a Metal Slug collection is like,
And
you pretty much know that that's going to happen.
You
With the
have to do
fighting
that.
games, though,
That's a have to.
the only downside to that is you're going to be playing those fighting games, just against the computer.
Yeah.
You're not going to be fighting anybody else online.
Mhm.
So, but I mean, those games are still great, but there's, that's the only downside to that. But yeah, Metal Slug would be fantastic. A lot of the run and gun games on Neo Geo were great.
Flying shoot 'em ups.
I mean,
You had Polestar, Blazing Star, Last Resort.
Yeah.
just look no further. You're going to get all these games, guys. That's. I mean, this is the
There it is.
45 low-hanging fruit games that are coming in some version or another, whether it be the alpha or carts. Like it's a no-brainer to have all the King of Fighters on a cart, all the Metal Slugs on a cart. Just give us the carts. Don't give it to us through the software only. That's
I don't want it
asking.
preloaded. I don't want to have to buy a Super Pocket with my
Yes.
SNK games. But like
exactly.
Because give me
just
a
by
card I
this-
can slide into that Evercade Alpha I just bought. I need a card for that mug. It's got to be Evercade collection, right?
A few months ago, I bought for the Wii the Metal Slug Anthology. Just give me that again. I'll keep buying it if you keep putting it out, But yeah, just don't give us the $350 Alpha or a $60 Pocket. Give us, which you can, but we need the carts, guys. We need to show that you have a commitment to the cart still.
100% agree.
Yeah.
They got some good sports games on the
Yeah.
SNK too. Isn't Baseball Stars one of them?
The All-Stars.
And then the golf game is really good. What's the golf game?
Can we get Turf Masters finally?
Masters,
I mean, it's not
Turf
on
Masters,
here.
right?
I'm tired of getting Birdie King. Stop with the Birdie King.
Don't lock it into a Super Pocket either, because that's not doing those games justice.
No.
I want to be able to play it on my VSR, on my big screen TV.
Yep.
I want to be able to take that same cartridge, slap it into that Alpha if I want to and play it. I think it's going to be critical that they have it on cartridges, not where it's packed.
I want to play it on the Freecade, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
So,
I mean, they have enough games for a sports pack. They have the Metal. They have King of Fighters. They have so many different ways they can go with this. You almost have to go out of your way to screw this up. It's so laid out here. It's perfectly laid out for the community to get everything they want. So let's just do it.
The whole reason I got into Evercade at all was because it was physical media. Like I'm a longtime Atari fan and I collect Atari cards. And Brooklyn was always pushing me, you got to get the Evercade. I know you like cartridges, you like retro games. And I have to admit, I love the Evercade. They have these like small cultivated collections, and they because it's a small collection, it kind of forces you to play what's on the cart, and you give games a chance, when you have a machine that has like 6,000 games on it, like it's too much selection almost. Like you can't limit it down to find what you want to play, right?
Yeah. And Brad, not only that, a lot of these games that I've been introduced are the indies where I'm like, this, like Goodbye Galaxy was an expensive game on the Genesis that was, now you can just get it for $20 and you can
Yeah.
experience it. So it's like it goes beyond just being like a main machine of like your favorites. It's introduced, my favorite carts are the indie games on here lately. And we'll talk about a couple of them, I think, later on, but
Yeah.
it's exposed me to so many different types of games and games on homebrew that I wouldn't have bought, like Genesis carts, like Xenocrisis. It's my favorite way to play Xenocrisis on the Evercade, you know?
Yeah. To me, physical media is a huge part of like the draw to the Evercade. So they got to keep it with the physical media. I think it's
Yeah.
going to be important with the
Totally
with
agree.
the SNK titles. You know, I think they'll probably make an alpha too. I mean, they're gonna have to.
Mhm.
Like, how are they not gonna make a red alpha?
You
That's like
can't.
a
Yeah,
big
it has to.
red.
It has
Yeah,
to
it's
be
almost
red.
like you would have to, right?
Look at Brooklyn. He's like, I'm getting 3 of them.
You know,
If they do that, I might get one of those.
yeah. You
My
might get a
question
second
is,
one.
what took them so long to get SNK? That's my question. They should have had these guys a long time ago.
Yeah, you would think they would have been talking. It's
Yeah.
pretty much teed up, ready to go. It must have been some holdup. Maybe it's because of the card aspect. Who knows? Maybe they went early to them before they did the Capcom experiment, and they said, well, you know, no cart. And they're like, well, we'll come back later. Now they're ready to come to some type of solution. Maybe the alpha is the solution that SNK finally said, okay, maybe we'll give you that and some carts. So we'll find out, I guess, in the next couple of weeks.
Got a comment here from
I
Tim
was-
York. He's a new Evercadian with an alpha. He said, I'd suck those carts up like a dry sponge. So, Evercade, if you're listening, we're ready. We're ready for the,
I do agree
This
with
book
Kev. I
is
think it's
important.
a combination of them growing. I mean, they sold 1 million cartridges. You notice the difference of so many new people that jumped in 2024 because people were in a frenzy to try to get the cartridges that went legacy that they couldn't get anymore. So there was a lot of new people showing up and finding out about the Evercade. And I think the alpha, like the combination of all these new people and alpha, the company growing in popularity, probably is helping out.
Yeah,
absolutely. So, I mean, we're just all like excited. We're well ready. Like, show us the money, right? Like, what are you going to do? The next thing we just need to know is what they're going to do, you know?
Yeah,
But
what's the first patch?
as long as they don't lock these into like super pockets and alphas and they have cartridges, we're good, right? Does everyone agree with that concept?
Yeah,
totally. Yeah, I still want cartridges.
Yeah,
I want cartridges. I want it on cartridge.
It's not like it wouldn't be bad for them because if it did wind up just being a super pocket, they are going to have people out there that are going to want to buy these games that may not have another option to play them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to see cartridges. I want to put them. I want to be able to play them in my alpha, and I don't want them to only just be where you have to get the alpha to have those games built in.
Okay, I'm gonna keep a brisk pace tonight.
Let's go.
We're rock and roll. We're just gonna be short and sweet. But topic number 2: what Evercade cart was the best one in 2024 in your opinion? Your opinion. Shout out to the Game Freak, great channel for retro gamers. Sorry, I have to read my slide I made. Sorry, but anyway, I'll start it off. I'll start it off, and we each get a turn. So think about it.
Right.
What is your favorite card? I'm gonna start it off.
Go for
and
it.
I don't want to steal anyone's thunder, but my favorite one. Y'all know where I'm gonna go.
I know where you're. I knew exactly, Brad. I was grabbing it. This
Toplin Arcade 3 is my favorite cart, and by far. So that's my favorite. We're going to let's go to this guy right here. What was your favorite?
I'm with you on that one. Toaplan 3 all the way. In fact, I think it was the best cart that Evercade has ever put out. It finally dethroned Cathedral and Always Awakening cart for me personally.
Awesome. Up next, let's see what Brooklyn has said. Best Evercade card of 2024.
This is crazy, Brad, because I was going to say Toaplan too. I mean, there's not one bad game on the cartridge.
There isn't.
Like whenever you get an Evercade cartridge, you're always going to get something in there that, you know, is not the best in quality, but there's not one bad game on the cartridge.
Not one.
How could you go wrong with it?
You can't. Okay, up next, Kev Grab. What was the best card of 2024?
It wasn't Toaplan because we have those games for years on the iArcade. Why do I need to buy them again? In fact, hey, Mikey Yoon, sealed copy for you, buddy. No, the best cart was the last cart they released. Metal Dragon and Life on Mars.
Metal Dragon. Let's see, where is it? I had a picture of it. Hold
it's
on.
the last one, Brad. And the reason why, oh wow, look at that price.
Yeah,
Not that
I have
one.
a
Oh my
question about
goodness!
that.
I'm letting all the
What?
turkeys are coming to roost. I had a picture of it. Wasn't that one?
No. Anyway, these two games
Anyway,
were
I'll
homebrews for
skip the
Sega.
picture.
They weren't released. It was hard to get when they released, but the Evercade got them. These are great indie games that I would have never played if it wasn't for the Evercade. I can play every one of these right behind me on the iArcade anytime I want. If I didn't have the iArcade, it would have been this. But since I have those games,
I'm just going to
going
put
with
it out there
this.
too. I'm just going to put it out there. I agree. It is a good game. They started off kind of weak, but they ended strong. I mean, look at these three
those
games.
three
Look
cards
at these
there.
last three we got. Oh,
Yeah.
Toplin 3, Toplin 4, and this, this Metal Dragon is amazing.
Yeah.
So they
Now-
kind of start off weak, but they got strong.
I understand your point,
This is my list
Kev,
of all of them.
about the toe plan cartridges because we've been playing all these games for years.
Yeah.
Because we had them all on the iArcade.
Yep.
But the way I look at it is that
New people.
there's a lot of people in the Evercade community that didn't play these games. So
This
I'm
was
just
the
happy
complete
that
list.
so many more people are getting introduced
No, I
to them.
agree, but this is my. Brad said, "What is
Our
your
favorite,
favorite?
our favorite. What is your
That's
favorite? What is your
That's
favorite?
why I went.
And-
with
But
that.
yeah,
and
the card that
yeah.
you picked was a close second for me.
Yeah.
That card
Surprising.
was
No
really
one
good.
said Tomb Raider. No one said Legacy of Kain. Those were great cards. Those were good.
Do you know why, Brad? Because
But
you can't
nobody
play
said
them more than
those.
10
Nobody said
minutes. It's we should have gotten the remastered versions that the consoles got, and then that would have got more love. I mean, those games they just don't age well, that style of game anymore. I mean,
They
I
were a
tried
headache.
playing them.
A
Yeah.
headache in a box.
Yes, very
Yep.
much. And it's like, it's a great
Yeah.
novelty item. I'm glad we have them, but I'm
Oh,
not going to sit through and try to grind through those games. It's just,
Mhm.
Yeah, they don't have like the quality of life updates like the
No.
remastered versions.
Duke
you
Nukem
know.
did.
Here it
You
was.
know?
There were
Well,
there.
they-
I
yeah,
found
well-
the picture.
There it
Brad, I'm
is.
saying that This
All
was
right, here. I'm
this
gonna
is how
start
they
over.
ended the year. This is how they ended the year. You can kind of scoot your head. Yeah, that was the end of the year. Toplin Arcade
Yeah.
3 and 4, Data East Arcade 2.
Yeah.
By the way, those prices on that. Did you see these prices? For
Yeah,
the
this was a
Data East?
question I had. I ran this
Why
by
are
you
these
guys
so
yesterday.
high? Look at
I'm
that.
like, why can't number one, why can't you find
$379?
this brand new cartridge and why are people
Well-
Sold
jacking
out
up the price
everywhere.
that high?
Guys,
I
if
looked.
if
Did
you
I miss
go,
something?
well, if you go to the Evercade Fun Stock website, they're all sold out.
They're all sold out.
All these carts are sold out for whatever reason. All the new ones are gone. Even Blood Dragon, I believe, is sold out.
Unreal,
So-
Brooklyn Menace. Look at that. $379 for this Data East
That's
Arcade.
Doesn't
I'll
mean
be
it's
the-
worth that, but this person is trying
Yeah.
to sell it for that much.
I'll be the black sheep here.
No,
I
they
can't
sold like
stand
6
that
of
part.
them.
You don't like crew dudes?
Yeah,
that-
if you
Crude
get-
Busters
man,
is
if you
great.
get your stream
Busters.
game
Edward
free, you
Randy
can
is
cash
great.
it in.
Yeah.
I did not like that cart.
I
I
do
didn't buy it.
I like Crude Busters and Edward Randy.
There's some
Yeah.
there's some
good
strange
games on
titles
there.
on that I've never played before, but it does have some really good games on it.
It was a snooze fest
But
for me.
why
Yeah.
is but I'm saying there are times where cartridges are sold out on Fun Stock, but you can
Yeah.
go on Amazon, you can go on other places and see them. That one particular cartridge, you can't find it anywhere except for that one dude trying to sell it for almost
Really?
$400
The
bucks.
show,
Wow.
Mike
It's,
H.
it's these resellers doing it just like what they did with the PS5 and stuff. They're buying everything out so they can jack
Yeah.
prices up.
I mean, it's a small investment to grab them for the speculation, 20, 25 bucks. And
Yeah.
what's worse comes, it's not like you're spending 500. So, that's why everything gets a pre-order in the minute that I'm able to get it in, because they're not transparent with
Jib?
how many they make of these things. They're not transparent why Amazon can't be stocked consistently. There's no reason why I need to go to England to get my cartridges, guys. I mean, come
Yeah.
on. It's crazy.
I always
know?
go through Fun Stock.
You
And
have
I
to.
get
All
my
I'm saying is,
stuff a lot of times 2 weeks early.
You have to. Yeah, because
It's
I got
good.
burned.
It's good. It's good. We're keeping it affordable here. We're keeping it affordable. You can get this for only $379.99. Order yours today.
That's insane.
But
There you go.
it
One
kind
left.
of does go against one of my favorite things about it is in general, it's cheap to collect for Evercade until something like that happens, right? So,
Yeah.
Yeah, but how did that happen?
how's it
That's
happen?
literally the last batch
that's like
of cartridges.
one of the most current
I got.
cartridges. I couldn't believe that.
So
Yeah.
what is going on? It's not marked as legacy
No,
on
they're
Evercade
not.
site. So that doesn't. They can pump out a whole bunch more, and some sucker's going to spend almost $400 for that one. But I was just curious, like, why can't you find it anywhere?
And we all have different opinions too. Like, I'm a completionist. Like, I've collected now the entire Evercade cartridge thing, and I know Game Freak. Tell us your opinion on that. He does not do that. He's the opposite.
When I got into the Evercade ecosystem, originally I wanted the complete collection, and then one cart changed my mind.
Technos?
A lot of people are gonna probably be pissed about this, but Codemasters. I got that, and I was like, oh my god, I like Psycho Pinball, and every other game on there I thought was just dog shit. I was like, oh my god, I'm not. I know it was only $20, but
I take it you didn't play the Oliver Twins collection.
No.
Be quiet, Kev. I love that cartridge.
Kev, do you have a complete collection? Do you have all? He has a complete set, don't you?
A complete set, and most of them, some of them, especially the Commodore,
many
are not
sealed.
open. They're all sealed.
There you go. Here's where I'm kind of coming at it too. As a retro gamer, like, I've always loved retro game stuff, and like, it's possible. Like, you want to collect all the Atari cartridges? Good luck, because there are some that are so rare and so expensive that you're never going to get them. But like, when I started with Evercade, I was like, I could actually obtain a complete set of these. There's a few cartridges that are out of print that are expensive, but in general, it's something that's obtainable for most people. If you really go about it for a year or two, you can collect all these and have them. It's not that unobtainable.
And Brad, for me, when it came out in 2020, they were selling the starter pack with all 10 carts and the controller for like $100.
So affordable.
It was so cheap. And
if you buy the games when they come out, and it seems to me they're just getting better and better. Like, is it my imagination? But I mean, like, the last 3 or 4 cartridges I bought, I've been super. I mean, ever since pretty much from Legacy of Kain, they've been really good.
I'm still waiting on my Toaplan 4.
You didn't get Toaplan 4 yet?
It hasn't arrived yet. Ordered it like 2 months ago.
Is that out of stock on the site? I wonder if it's one of those. Here, let's look real quick.
I have no clue.
So many things are sold out on there.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm looking right now. Everything says sold out. So Toaplan.
I order all my stuff from Funstock. I don't know about you guys. I mean, I either use them or what's the one in Canada, Video Games Plus. I use either Video Games Plus or Funstock. But Funstock, the only bad thing is you got to at least have 2 things, right, to get the shipping.
Yeah, but I always make the limit.
Usually they come out in pairs.
Yeah, they always do pairs. They do that for shipping purposes, Brad. It's easier to ship too. And I don't remember in the last 4.5 years where they just had one cart announcement. It's always been in pairs, which is great because you're like, okay, if I don't like one cart, there's a chance I'm going to like something out of these announcements. I really like the purple and the red carts a lot, and the blue carts have been kind of hit and miss for me. Like, some of them are okay. Some of them I just can't find anything but there's a lot of games on there. Like, just to even get through them all and try all the games. They're pretty big collections. So, but for me, the home arcade carts and the arcade carts have really been, I've gotten a lot of enjoyment out of them.
I don't own any blue cart.
Good for you.
I don't. I do own an original Commodore 64, but I
all sealed.
These are the worst cards. All sealed. I'm not.
Unlike us, Kev, the Game Freak has self-control. We're just like we're just buying numbers at this point.
I'm like, I need to get number 44.
I'm not leaving a space between 9 and 10. Are you crazy?
I don't give a shit.
You can't get 43 without 42.
Yeah.
It's crazy because when I was a kid, I collected comic books, and comic books use a lot of the same gimmicks, as far as collectability.
There's no doubt that I'm fulfilling some need that I didn't get as a child where I wanted to collect these. You know what I mean? I'm not denying that there's some type of weird emotional thing that's probably in my head, but I'm also going to say they're cheap. I'm not spending $800 for Flintstones or Panic Restaurant. You know what I mean? So it's a cheaper Vice if you want to really kind of get into it. And these games there are games here that are really good.
Yeah. I mean, literally I do play the Bruce Lee game all the time because that's nostalgia for it. I'm the Commodore 64, and I know it's a lot. Some people might be.
I had that game.
I love the Bruce Lee game. I'm like, there's certain games I'll hit, and you do find those hidden gems because they have a lot of gems in there that like you probably
Yeah.
didn't know about.
Yeah.
Now, do you guys think that people would have the same addiction to buying the cartridges if the same exact cartridges, but they never put a number on it? They just released
No.
it. No,
No.
number on
No.
it, just the
No.
name of a cartridge.
They
It
were
was
smart.
The numbering was
They were
Genius
brilliant.
marketing.
Numbering was brilliant, man. Whoever did that, I mean, give that person a promotion. That was brilliant.
Bastards.
Yeah.
Because
I ignored-
it's like having an encyclopedia set and you're missing the letter M.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I could tell you anything from the encyclopedia, but the letter M, I don't know. There's a big gap.
And
there.
that's all you want to know is M. Like, what the heck's an M that I don't have? Gotta spend
That could be a $400 gap
yeah,
at this point.
exactly.
Pretty ingenious.
Oh.
Okay, so we all talked about our favorite cards. It looks like I just want to pull this up quick so we can look. This is the year overview. Let me pull this up. This shows all the releases for the whole year. I feel like the year started off a bit slow. We had Sunsoft, then we had, we had the console games, which were cool. We had Tomb Raider, Legacy of Kain, but at the end they really picked up. I feel like,
Yeah.
and
Which
they kinda
would you
saved the
think
year.
would be, well, we already know who's,
we
we're all
said
going to agree
best,
which is the best two combos, but which one would you think out of all year, which is the worst combo of two cartridges that got released if you put that graph back up?
Pico.
I might go
and
Tomb
Sunsoft.
Raider and
Yeah,
Thalamus.
it's any combination of the Pico, Thalamus, and the bit.
I like the Pico and the Sunsoft.
I
Was
like
pretty
some
good.
of the
Yeah, but you gotta-
Brothers games.
It's gotta
My-
but if you have to pick something,
My thing with Pico is I know a lot of people got excited for Glover, but to me,
No.
he's a glorified hamburger helper. And
dude, I almost threw my
Hamburger
controller against the wall. It's not
Glover,
a good game.
It's not that it
it's hard.
kind of gives you those N64 vibes. Like, you know what it was trying to do. It was trying to like
Let's
bank
take
off
a
the
look
success
at
of
all
Mario 64.
Yep.
However, again, that's a game that could use some quality of life in the controls. It's very you're fighting the
All the
controls to
time.
do some of the stuff. So
Yeah.
it does get frustrating. You're trying to like bounce up onto higher platforms. I literally might have spent 20 minutes trying to bounce onto a freaking
Yeah.
platform.
Yeah.
I didn't even spend $20 on that. I didn't buy it.
Lucky bastard.
I saw Glover and I was like, no.
Glover.
And
Okay.
this goes back to what I was saying about Tomb Raider and all the other. Give us some quality of life improvements if you can do it.
Mhm.
Like, look what they did with Duke Nukem. They put the fresh coat of paint. They did a little bit of quality of life.
Widescreen.
It was widescreen. It was amazing, and I played the heck out of that cart. But with the Tomb Raider and this Glover, dude. If the controls aren't sublime enough where you're just playing the game and you're like, and you got to stop now, I got to bounce 2 feet. What am I going to do? No, I tried. It was so, yeah, please in 2025, if you can give us some quality of life updates with this stuff, we would appreciate it.
Okay.
I wonder if that game would have played better. Like if Evercade made a controller with analog sticks on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
you
I
would
was-
still have the issue as on the original Tomb Raider, you had to hold one of the shoulder buttons when you wanted to look around, where
Yeah.
nowadays you just
Yeah,
use
that's
the
true.
right analog stick.
Yep.
That's
true.
the difference of improvements over time in games. So
Oh, definitely.
that's very difficult. When we were playing Tomb Raider back in the day when it first came out, we didn't know any better.
No.
We were just amazed to be able to have something like that. So
I know,
that
and
was
then
the way to look. But
Big
nowadays,
triangle tits.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even in real life, all the girls had triangle chests back then. It was incredible.
So let's take a quick look at the next topic we're going to talk about. This is a quick clip of the game Metal Dragon, and we're going to talk about it.
Okay,
was
that was
beautiful.
Metal Dragon.
That was
I
it.
almo- I almost
He
cried
can't
during
play
that.
on it.
What's up, Evercade fans? Welcome back to Evercadians, your home for everything Evercade. I'm Papa Brad, and today we've got some exciting news for all you retro gaming fans. 2 brand new carts are coming to the Evercade family. That's right, the Evercade Dual Cart featuring Metal Dragon and Life on Mars, and Toplin Arcade 4 are on the way. So let's get this started. First up, we have the Evercade Dual Cart featuring 2 epic games, Metal Dragon and Life on Mars. If you're a fan of old school shoot 'em ups and retro style games with a modern twist, this card is for you. Metal Dragon is an intense run and gun experience, inspired by 80s and 90s classics like Metal Slug and Contra. Get ready for some non-stop action, explosive power-ups, enemies that keep you on your toes. It's a perfect blend of retro difficulty and modern pixel art. Then there's Life on Mars, a Metroidvania-style platformer with amazing pixel graphics and tight controls. You'll explore alien landscapes, solve puzzles, and uncover secrets in a sci-fi adventure that's sure to captivate both old and new gamers alike. This dual cart will be a lot of fun for us Evercade collectors. I can't wait to dive deeper into both of these games. Now let's talk about Toplin Arcade 4. Toplin has brought us some of the most iconic arcade games in history. This card adds to that legacy with another round of classics. From fast-paced shooters and challenging arcade action, Toplin Arcade 4 continues to deliver the pure arcade excitement that keeps us coming back for more Toplin games. If you're into shmups, platformers, or beat-em-ups, this card is packed with variety and thrills. You've got to experience the nostalgia of these titles, whether you're visiting your arcade favorites or discovering them for the first time on Evercade. There you have it, 2 exciting new additions to the Evercade lineup. The dual cart with Metal Dragon and Life on Mars, and the Toplin Arcade 4 cart. Evercade. Okay, so we got to see a good bit of it. Okay, let's see your opinions. We'll start with, I know this person has a strong opinion because he's already let the cat out the bag. Kevgret, tell us all about Metal Dragon and Life on Mars. What do you think about this card?
I think these are my kind of favorite cards for the Evercade, bringing us games that were either homebrew, that you just can't get access to, whether it be Sega Genesis ports or Game Boy Advance. But these are the games that I think I love the most on the Evercade, because I wouldn't be able to play these games unless they were provided to me from the Evercade. So that's the first box it ticks. And the next thing is, these are good games. Life on Mars is basically a Metroidvania style game where you go to a base and that's been abandoned. You got to figure out what's going on. And through the course of a nice little 3, maybe 4 hour story, you figure out what happened. And you have a mix of weapons that you can upgrade. You have different areas that you have to explore to clear and then figure out what's going on. And then at the end, I believe there's New Game Plus with more nightmare modes for the difficulty, so you can go back in. So it's on top of these being indie games, which I don't get like sometimes access or even know that they exist. These are good indie games. And Blood Dragon is basically, like you said, Brad, a run and gun shooting style. Oh yes, there it is. Beautiful. Beautiful poster.
I want to say something I really appreciate. Look, there's
beautiful poster. They always give you stuff.
Women naked on both posters. This is a win. More of this.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's hands down on. It's probably my favorite artwork they've done on any Evercade card.
I love that Metal Dragon side, Brad. As far as just the artwork, it's awesome.
Anyway.
So I just wish they would have done
a poster. Remember when you used to get
different
stuff
posters, one of each.
One of each.
Yeah, they should have had 2. I agree.
That's how they get you to buy 2 cartridges.
Yeah, because I like them both.
But you cannot go wrong. You know, I put this up there with Xeno Crisis and Tanglewood and the Age of Alwa, those type of cards where they give you 2 indie games that are bangers that are well worth your money. So for me, the last card of the year, Brad, they went out on such a high note with the last couple of cards.
Yeah, I do like this card. This card plays really good on the Evercade Alpha. This Metal Dragon game plays really good with arcade controls too.
Yes, yeah.
That is the first cartridge I put in my Alpha, and I got to say, all right, with Metal Dragon, if they didn't have all the throwbacks to like Metal Gear Solid and all the cursing in it,
it's cool.
You would not know that is a recently made, it's a couple years old, but it really plays and looks like a retro video game. Same thing with Life on
It's
Mars.
like a retro modern game, like a modern game that's made with a retro style, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they did a fantastic job just capturing that type of feel for it.
Yeah, I don't want to rub it in Game Freak's face, but Toplan 4 has one of my favorite deep cuts. It has on it Knuckle Bash, which is a crazy beat 'em up.
That's right.
I love that they're throwing stickers in there.
You could never make this game today. It's got an Elvis in it.
Brad, I think you and I played that live multiple times on the Arcade, if I'm not mistaken.
It has PP and BBs. I mean, come on. PP and
That's
BBs.
a great game.
Yeah.
It is the
is it cut?
version, but it is
I
cut.
figured it would be censored.
But it's a fun game. It's kind of like elevator action, but in Grindstormer and Doggame, which are two great shmups. So I still like Toplan 3 overall with the game selection better, but this is a strong game list on this cart too. So I feel like these they ended the year really strong.
If you put 3 and 4 in together, it opens up like the Mega Drive version of Snow Bros.
Really?
So
cool. Yeah, which I've never played that version before, so it was cool to see it there.
I'll have to do that.
So I know you're gonna do a review soon on Metal Dragon, aren't you, Game Freak?
I will. Yeah, I need to dive into it a little more.
Okay.
I'm not real far into it. It's a hard game.
That's the only thing I'll say, Game Freak. Like, it's more, for me, maybe you can agree, it's more run than gun. I found if you just run, you're going to get through a lot of the stages. Don't stop and fight.
I just like to fight.
It's fun to fight.
I like to fight.
Hey, we got Sand Spirits here. Welcome to the chat.
What's up?
That game, that was interesting. You said something about Contra, Brad. How you compared it to that. It reminded me more of like Commando and Metal Gear for the Nintendo, like a combination of both.
Yeah.
Like, I loved it. I think that's like a close second, like what Brooklyn said, for me, for favorite cart of the year. It's a good cart, man.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we kind of already talked about this topic, but collecting of full sets of Evercade cards.
Oh no!
I know. We're gonna start with Kev Grant. Probably has the fact. If you want to see a video that talks about collecting full sets of Evercade cards, Kev Grant, how do you feel about collecting the full set of the Evercade cards?
I have a full set, but I also think it's absurd and it's wacky that I'm buying games that I'll never open or play.
You're not gonna stop though.
I can't stop. I won't stop.
You can't stop. Once you start, it's a dark path. Brooklyn, how do you feel about collecting a complete set of Evercade cards?
I wouldn't feel good if I was new to Evercade, but being a fan of Evercade, for a few years now, it's for me, it's easy to keep up. Like Kev said earlier, it's not terrible. Like $20 a card. Like so every couple of months, I buy 2 cards for $40-something bucks.
Exactly.
And at this point, keeping up is no issue. Since I already have them all, what am I going to do? Stop at this point?
Exactly. And I'm just going to throw this in there.
I just bought a display cabinet to fit them all.
This is something you theoretically can easily still collect a full set of. So that's why I decided to do it. But I've always had a collector mentality. I've always liked collecting things. And last but not least, let's listen to the voice of reason here. The voice of reason who is
the voice of reason
to bring us back to sanity.
He's gonna yell at us.
How do you feel about collecting all the cards? Just
to you guys listen to me? No, no. The thing is, I don't know. I guess
have no control, Game Freak.
I have self-control on what I buy and don't buy. I don't care about the numbers on the spines. It doesn't bother me. Like you brought up the encyclopedia. If I didn't have M, screw M. I don't like M.
It wasn't that important. It wasn't.
Yeah. I mean, I have no intentions of ever getting the full collection of that. And I'm perfectly happy, but I understand some people want the full collection. But
you seem to have a decent amount behind you.
That's a good point. There's definitely worse stuff you could. There's worse stuff you could be addicted to. There's definitely worse things you can be addicted to.
Yeah. How many carts are there? Because right now, currently, I only have 30 of them.
There's over 50 cartridges at
There's
this point.
42 of the red box.
Yeah, because this last one was 42, and then there's
there's
what
13,
makes you
13 arcade.
13 arcade, so
there's
42 and 13, and then that stupid Commodore stuff. What's it? 8.
What's the last one? That was
8. So 42.
There's got to be more than that in the blue.
They don't count.
I'm up to 8 on the blue.
8 is correct. Yeah, that's what I have. 8.
So 42, 13, and 8, Game Freak. That's what we're rocking with.
Game Freak, what makes you decide to say, since you don't buy every card, what makes you decide on a particular card or not decide on getting one?
Good question, Brooklyn.
C64 is easy because I do own a C64, but it's in a storage tote because I hate it. And I just have, I know that if I bought them, you know, like I would never play them. I would just never play them. And then I will. Yeah, I know.
Don't speak sense.
Stealing your thunder here. No,
so you're saying that we should be ashamed for having sealed cartridges in plastic?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Here's the thing, though. Like, if you do ever sell it, though, it is worth a lot more, isn't it? Like, it'd be nice. Man, I wish it would have doubled up on that Data East too.
Techno's one.
That could have paid for my Evercade addiction for.
I don't understand that. I have a feeling that more are going to come out, and that's going
to go away. But for
Game
right
Freak,
now,
some silly person is going to feel foolish.
Let me ask Game Freak this: when did you start buying these cards? Was it in 2020, or did you come on after?
No, I didn't get into the ecosystem until 2022. It was probably 3 months after I started my YouTube channel.
And does that affect, like, let's say you were in on 2020 on the ground floor, would that have affected your thought process of saying, hey, I got the first couple, I'm in on the ground floor, it's easier to collect, or since you got in on 2022, it's easier for you to go, I'm glad I don't have to buy, these 70 cards. I just get the ones I want. You know what I mean? Like, is it easier to come in later if you're not easily FOMO'd?
I think for me personally, I wouldn't have tried. I mean, like I said, originally I was gonna until I ran into one bad cart. It would only take one cart where I'm like, you know what?
I'm done.
There's a bad taste in your mouth.
Not doing it.
Yeah. Well, you didn't get to the worms cart then, I take it.
No, man. I'm super picky when it comes to I don't know. I'm particular on games.
Mikey is giving a compliment on your Mario Kart behind your Mario arcade behind you. The 8-bit arcade, right?
Yeah. I built that out of scrap wood in my garage, and I was telling Brad before the show, what I did was when I first started the channel, I ended up getting Nintendo clone console, and all I did was buy it for review because I have my original Nintendo still and it works fine, but I was like, man, this thing's only $25. I wonder how this thing works. It works excellent. I mean, that thing's running all the time, and I was like, all right, well, I don't want this thing to just sit and collect dust, so it's like, you know what, I'm just gonna make a 8-bit arcade. This thing will power it. I'll bolt down a NES Advantage for the joystick and everything, and that's what I did. I mean, that thing ain't going anywhere.
You do it yourself. And that brings us to the perfect segue into our next topic, which is Evercade Alpha. You basically made your own arcade cabinets, so you've already had arcade cabinets with it using an Evercade. Yes, because your Freecade uses an Evercade to power itself.
Yeah, but you know what? Blaze will never give me credit for that.
They need to give you credit, but I mean, I've been watching. I saw you made your own, but I want Brooklyn Menace to tell us all about what his opinions are of the Evercade Alpha. We're going to start with Brooklyn. Everyone's going to get a chance to speak. What do you think? Now, the reason why is now we've had it for a while. We've played some games on it, and I just want to get your overall after having it and playing it. And I know you use yours, so what do you think, Brooklyn?
Yeah, I use mine all the time. It's right over here. To my left, I bought a piece of furniture for it to sit on. I have all my dedicated cartridges there, just easy to grab. It's fantastic. I really love it. I think the only option I can do without is the changeable marquees, because obviously when you first get it, you have to remove the film from the marquee, and I did have a lot of trouble getting it to sit flat. It would drive me crazy. It was like bowing out a little bit. So besides the changeable marquee, it's a solid little unit, and even with the size of the screen, I have zero issues seeing anything. Even on the vertical games, no problem. Everything looks sharp and crystal clear. I did pick up the deluxe, so it's got all sandwalk controls. Everything plays great, and I have zero complaints. Like I said, the only thing I could do without are the changeable marquees. I never even opened up the envelope that has them in there because I'm not going to change them out because I feel like way you have to change them.
That's the first thing I did, Brooklyn. The very first thing I did was change out my marquees. The first thing.
Like, I just think that if you just keep pulling on that plexiglass, that eventually something bad is going to happen. So if they had a design with changeable marquees where there's like a groove and they just slide in from the top and you can easily just lift them out. But I just don't like the way you have to remove them and put them in. So I could do without that feature, even though why do I need to change them? Because I think the marquee that it came with is the one that fits the look of the Alpha the best anyway.
Yeah.
But as far as playing games on it, I love having that thing up here.
Is that your favorite hardware product from Evercade for the year?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Is that your favorite hardware product?
Yeah, if you're going hardware for the year, yeah, hands down. I mean, it's not even a question. I do love the VS, but I'm just since the Alpha got here, it has just become my favorite way to play the cartridges. And I'm not only talking arcade cartridges. I'm talking all the cartridges. Some games are not going to translate well, so if you want to plug in any kind of controller to the front, they got you covered on that, and you can play that way. Those type of games, I'll go downstairs and I'll play on my big screen on the VS. But it's a fantastic little unit. So look forward to more stuff like that, and hopefully the Alpha will grow and get a little larger, maybe 3/4 scale, maybe more than 2 cartridge slots.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be bad having like 4 cartridge slots, throw a bunch of cards in there.
My opinion of the Alpha, I mean, I've had it now for a while. My opinion of it is that, I wish they would have just shot a little higher end. I mean, I gave it out 8 out of 10 on my review, I think. And, the thing I'm saying is the control panel, although it has good buttons, it's really small. And some other things I don't like about today, Brooklyn today, it fell over. And when I picked it back up, a little piece of the side art ripped away like it was made out of paper. So
mine's not falling over, Brad.
I don't think that's the best. You know how aggressive I get playing games?
Yeah, I know.
I don't think the artwork is really, it's not like a high quality, like arcade vinyl or anything. It's just paper. So I did cover it up with a sticker from my Toplin Arcade 3. I put a sticker over it. But overall, like I said, it's a good start, but I want more. That's my opinion. What's your opinion? Kevgret, you're up.
I don't own it. And if you guys remember, I made a video like in 2021 putting an Evercade and an Arcade 1-up. And I think that's where they should be going. Go a little bigger. Because those small screens aren't good for every one of the carts that they put out. I do like the direction. I just don't like that product as much as there's no internal battery. Yeah. There's no HDMI. Like, come on, guys.
It's like they went higher than Arcade 1-up, but that's a really low bar. That bar is like all the way right above the ground. That's like an inch above the ground.
Yeah.
They should have shot a little higher. What's your opinion, Game Freak? I want to make sure everyone gets a chance to give their opinion.
Oh, well,
we'll go back to you, Kevgret.
No, I'm good.
I think the concept of it is awesome. I think they look good and everything. I guess my biggest beef, and a lot of people don't agree with me, I don't like the price point at all because hear me out. The Freecade that I built is full size. Mm-hmm. It's powered by one of my VS's, and I have a game stick in there with all the games that are on both of those Alphas. And in total, I spent less building that with the hardware and everything than what Evercade has for, a 17-inch tall, like floor model almost. I don't know. They are really cool looking. I'm not going to doubt it.
I kind of want to read this one out loud too. Mike Hawker says, what would be cool is if they did a Neo Geo Alpha with a Neo Geo card could ship with a 4-slot marquee. I'm saying if they did Neo Geo, what if they did an alpha and it had 2 joysticks? Because a lot of the Neo Geo games are fighters. If they made one that was like a 2-player, and instead of that tiny monitor, they gave us like a 17 or a 19-inch monitor. It could still be a bar top. I think that would be a cool product.
That would be cool.
You know,
And
because
his name cracks me up every time he pops up.
I know he's got
We're used to it.
We're used to it.
There's nothing for us to say.
Okay, Kev Grad, any other opinions on the Evercade Alpha? Because I know you have a strong opinion on
if they keep if this is the direction of the company, you know, and they are going to, because if you look at the cart releases this year, it looks like they're getting less and less, and they're pushing this alpha. Then they need to beef it up a little bit, drop the price point, give us an HDMI, give us an internal battery, and I think now you're going somewhere with this product.
Yeah.
But we'll see if it's sold. I mean, the price point for me was very high for what you
Brooklyn Menace, price point too high, just about right, too low. What do you think?
For me, I was happy with it. I didn't
happy with it.
The price.
I know we both got the deluxe ones.
Yeah.
But I feel like the price. I feel like I said. I just wish they would have pushed even a little bit further to make it even a little bit better than Arcade 1-Up, which is their competition. You could say they're their competition, but this you could put in all your cartridges, right? So there really is no competition.
I think there should have been
Evercade.
3 alphas. There should have been the 2 standard in the Street Fighter and the Mega Man, and then there should have been the deluxe, and the deluxe should have had every game from both of them in that one unit. Yeah.
Now, everyone that I know that has an alpha, they all said that the build quality is way better than
it's solid.
Yeah, it's better than
they look good. They look good.
Man, I wasn't feeling it when I ripped that sticker on the side. And I had some white paper.
You tipped it over, Brad.
You know, like when you have like a kid's toy and like you know the sticker gets peeled off and you have that white paper. It was just like that. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Oh, that pissed me off. I'd be ordering another one.
I was
that happened.
Any excuse.
I was
give that one to Kevin.
I was like, so anyone make custom art for this thing. So I just slapped a Toplin sticker on it because I love Toplin. But I think I put the Fixate sticker on it actually.
But
anyway.
You know, as much as people talk about the pockets, they never say those pockets are overpriced because at a $50 price point, you don't mind it at the right price. You can't
almost
say
like
that
a disposable. It's almost like a disposable.
Exactly.
Handheld.
Exactly.
If you're going to the amusement park and you're going to pick one to lose at the amusement park,
exactly. Take a pocket.
Like the pocket's not the bad. You know, please, I mean, you don't want to take. You don't want to take your.
Switch
to
your
Steam
OLED.
Deck. You know, right.
Yeah, but nobody talks about the price on the pockets, but on the alpha, it seems to be, a conversation starter.
Yeah, I think if the price was lower, I think I would feel better about it. I mean, I'm just so used to this arcade. Like, I'm a longtime arcade gamer.
Yeah.
So I come at this from someone that's really into home arcades and real arcades and pinball. And it's like, I see the improvements, but I feel like they could even went further with it. But it is good, but it could have been better.
Now, Blaze did say a couple of the suits that worked there, I guess in Discord, it was on the Evercade effect. They had someone on, and he said that they were focusing on cartridges for 2025. So
really, great.
I mean, that's what I want to hear.
That being said, I really do like having the alpha because anytime I want to play with arcade controls, I can just slap that card in there. But let's go back just one last thing because I don't think we really got into it. Our favorite piece of hardware for 2024, you're definitely going to say alpha, right, Brooklyn?
I'm 100% going alpha as far as Evercade.
I'm 100%, and this is going to surprise everyone. I'm going to say the VSR because I'm new to Evercade.
Yep.
And having the VSR and being able to hook up that to move it on a big TV, play on a big screen with that retro controller and play these awesome retro games. Now, I know that's new to me for 2024, but for me, my favorite piece of hardware is the VSR, followed by the Alpha and then the handhelds. I have a couple handhelds. I have this. Remember these, Kev Gret?
Oh, yeah.
I got one of these.
Kev,
do you have something to share with your
all right.
share?
All right, guys.
These?
We lost a member of the family over the holiday. My Evercade broke. Can we get some F's in the chat? The D-pad will no longer go left.
Moment of silence for Kev's original Evercade.
And he played Good Boy Galaxy
It was
so
Good
much
Boy
on
Galaxy that did it. That's what happens when you play
wore
Good
it
Boy
out.
Galaxy.
Good Boy
for
Galaxy.
when you play it enough to wear it out, you know it's a good product. You know,
I was so sad, but
He
this
wasn't being a good boy.
he ain't a good boy no more. He's dead.
He can
for
only
now.
walk forward in games from now on. He's not getting rid of it.
If you know any games where I can just have to go forward, please let me know. But yes, that is.
Maybe you should start opening up those
Hobbies
Commodore
agrees with you
64 cartridges. I'm sure there's a few on there.
The VS is the best system Evercade has. I kind of feel that way.
I tell everybody who's looking at these alphas, who's looking at $99 and it comes with a cart.
Yeah.
How could you say no to that? Just
got HDMI out. You can make your own arcade, like the Game Freak made his Freecade. You can make an arcade out of it. Just get a. You can use I have a 8-bit DOE arcade control stick. You can use it the VS.
That's the only way I play my VS is with the 8-bit DOE. So that's how I knew that when I was on Rex's show with Kevin, they were attacking me for loving the announcement of the alpha. I knew I was going to like it because I was already playing my games with an arcade stick. And so I knew it was going to translate well on a lot of games.
The thing with the Evercade too is, I mean, you got to love retro gaming. This is retro gaming. You know, like I heard you earlier, I don't know if you said on the show, but you're like, why don't they give us the new version of Tomb Raider? Because it's supposed to be retro. Like you buy this to have the older retro kind of experience. For me, I like that it's truly 100% retro gaming, you know?
Yeah, but Brad,
if that's true, I'll play it on my new console, right? If I have a newer console.
Yeah, but if that's true, take away the save states, take away all the other quality of life improvements they've given us for these types of games.
I hear you.
You know what I mean? I'm old. I need all the help I can get.
Those save states are a lifesaver in Legacy.
Without them, I would never get anywhere.
And we're gonna have Urban, who also has a Evercade Alpha, and I was gonna get his opinion.
He has two alphas.
He has both of them.
He got both?
Oh yeah, he gets everything.
He gets everything. He's a completionist. He is
worse than me.
Evercade's made. He's a completionist. Oh, I don't know about that. You're not going to be trading your iArcade for the Evercade Alpha. No, you can have both. He wants both.
Wait, crazy.
He wants both the Rexer Show. By the way, shout out to the Rexer Show, great YouTuber. Go subscribe.
The Alpha, just so if you want to put it in scale of what people from the home arcade community would understand, it's not much taller if I put it on the floor than a riser for an arcade 1-up.
Yeah.
So that's how you can think about it in scale. But it has its own little corner. I bought a little piece of furniture for it that has a drawer. I hold stuff for Evercade in there.
He dresses it up at night. He talks to it.
It looks nice, man.
Yeah, he's getting next to his wife.
He gave it a name.
That one I sit down when I play, you know, because that's going to look silly being at the same height as the, you know, like the iArcade and stuff like that. I sit down, go over there and relax. Play some games.
I do too. I just throw it on a TV tray. I know this sounds good. I just throw it on a TV tray. You know those TV trays where you can just put them out in front of you. And like when I want to play the Alpha, I just throw it on a TV tray. It's still a pretty good experience. You know, I'm completely spoiled rotten. I've got full arcades I can go into and play these games. But you know, for someone that didn't have the setup I have, this would be a nice way to experience some of these games with arcade controls. And I like that you can play the whole library with it. So it's the pluses.
Well, except for the Namco, are they still blocking?
No, I played the Galaga.
No, they play on there.
They all play on there.
Because there's no HDMI.
Yeah. You could play the Namco collection on there.
Yep.
So let's see. My final topics. Let's see. We talked about Evercade Alpha after playing it. Last topic of the show. Predictions of 2025 and general Evercade talk. So what do you think, Evercade? Where do you think they're going to go in 2025? Now, one of the best videos I've watched this week on YouTube is from the Game Freak. Game Freak, tell them about your video about the future of Evercade.
Oh, man. I don't think that they will be making carts in 10 years from now. Mm-hmm. I think all the signs are there that you know, they already put these collections like on the pockets and everything, and then they did it with the alpha. I just think that's the route that they're going to go, because I think it's easier for them to get licenses from like bigger names, like, you know, like Capcom. They won't allow them to put their stuff on carts. So I think that they're going to go to like hardware, like a hardware based company where they just make products with different collections in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my hunch. I'm not going to say I'm right or anything, but that's just the feeling I'm getting from them. I don't think I think eventually they're gonna, and they shouldn't run out of, you know, there's so many games out there, but I think it's just tough for them to, being as small as they are, to get like the bigger licenses that
Mm-hmm.
we all want. So
Okay, what do
I
you
guess
what do
we'll
you
see.
think? What do you think, Kev Gret?
I think they need to release more carts than they did in 2024. I mean, I didn't realize how few carts. 2, 2024, look at the names they got. Legacy of Kain, they got Tomb Raider, you know, and then they got Duke Nukem a little before. They've been trying to get the names, bigger names, and more than just Thalamus and, you know, all the other collections part 5. So I need them in 2025 to get back to getting these collections out and maybe keep going with the names. If you're going to do the alphas, that's fine. But I want at least 10 carts this year, and half of them arcade collections, especially the SNK. You have an announcement that's teed up perfect. They bounce you into Q1 to look like a superhero. Nail it, and then go from there and see what happens.
Would you like to see him go to 3/4 scale next?
No, because
No?
the truth is, Brad, look behind us. We have all the 3/4 stuff that we can get our hands on.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
is kind of flooded, really, if you think
it's
about
flooded.
it. 3/4, like,
yeah, I want them to stay
more
away
people
from
are
that.
they're more going back into full size arcade or bigger machines.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
going, the pendulum swinging back the other way now.
Right. And I hope they don't go bigger than what they have at this point. We have Glenn's coming out. We have so many coming out that, you know, and plus they're a small company. They don't have the infrastructure to do large scale productions of this. I'm sure this alpha was more than it should have been because of their economies of scale. So just keep doing the carts. The licenses are coming. Just keep giving us these carts and good things will happen.
They've sold as many carts as Papa Brad has views. They've sold 1 million carts. Papa Brad has 1 million views now, and they've sold 1 million carts. Whoop whoop.
There you go.
Hey, I just want to be on the record here, though. I do not want my prediction to come true.
None of us want Evercade. We love Evercade. That's why we're here. We love it.
Exactly. I want the carts to continue.
100%.
That's what makes it so fun. You know, that's just getting these carts, and I do miss the showcases. I wish they.
Yeah, they only had one. I think they only had 1 or 2. It wasn't a lot. Get us hyped up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go next because I want to save the best for last. I'm gonna go next. I am new to Evercade. I've started collecting Evercade about a year ago, and in that year, I've managed to collect the entire collection of Evercade cards. I love this system. I hope they continue to do a lot of stuff. I want physical media. I want to buy cartridges that I know I'll be able to have for a long time. So I want them to continue that. If they continue with arcades, I'd like to see them improve the quality and maybe have a 2-player option with a bigger screen. But that's my opinion. I'm new to Evercade. I like what I see. I'm enjoying the collection, and I like these small cultivated collections of retro games. And we're going to go to Brooklyn Menace, the best for last. What do you think? Predictions of the 2025 future in general Evercade talk.
I'm predicting Neo Geo.
Nice.
Yeah, hopefully, I'd like to see a lot more cartridges this year. I do think this year we're also going to start seeing stuff from Sega by the end of the year. My only concern with that is we know from back in the iArcade days, are they going to allow Sega to be on a cartridge that could go on a device that has HDMI out? I think we're going to see a lot of Super Pockets. I'm predicting at least another Alpha. I'm still thinking it's going to be a Neo Geo. I think with them going in the direction and releasing the Alpha, we'll probably see a lot more arcade cartridges and possibly
Definitely
more
that.
more of the marquee packs that you can pick up if you want to change it out, like maybe from some of the games on some of the arcade cartridges that are coming out. And I think before the end of the year, I'm thinking that they're going to announce a larger size for the alpha, whatever, not saying it's going to be called the alpha, but I think they're going to, I think the alpha was step one towards
but I'm thinking
larger.
like, how do you, like, if they're going to continue the arcade format, if they're going to have fighting games, they should make it something where two people can play.
Other things as far as hardware, I think that we might start seeing some different controller options this year besides the standard
analog controller.
Besides standard Evercade controller.
That'd be cool.
Oh, as far as games, I would like to see them get the Resident Evil games, like the old ones, 1, 2, and 3. Like they obviously have a connection with Capcom. Imagine, like I know they did like Tomb Raider. Imagine if they got just like the first 3 Resident Evils on a card. I mean, I'm probably dreaming, but I think that would be fire. I think a lot of people would love that,
Yeah. If it would be a cart, though, since it's Capcom, probably force you to do a special verse or an EXP, Resident Evil version, which would be cool.
Play it on my big TV.
I
want to play it like I want a cart,
Yeah.
But Ian Hobby says that a bigger license he thinks will be announced. Neo Geo is just a distraction. It's a good distraction, though.
Great distraction if we get half
if you're a fan of arcades,
Yeah.
I think they might throw us a curveball with another license announcement. I think it will be something crazy like Tecmo or something.
Yeah, something off the wall.
Yeah, we got we aren't expecting.
We got a super chat. G4 Guy gifted 10 Papa Brad's gaming memberships. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me play. I have a video. Here we go. Let's go with this one. This one's fun.
Brad, can I say one more thing that I really would love to see in 2025 from Evercade? I know everyone wants to see online, but let's dip our toes into it first. I'd love to start seeing leaderboards.
Just leaderboards.
And friends.
Even they just had that.
Just leaderboards.
And seeing names of people in the community that and competing. We had so much fun with that on the iArcade. You started to know everybody, and everybody wanted to be the top dog.
The thing that's great is and we saw that with iArcade. You can't hide who the gamers. I was all over those iArcade leaderboards. You can't hide who the gamers are. Yeah. When you make a leaderboard system, you get on the leaderboards. So you immediately find out, oh man, this dude's a gamer.
Even if they just did it for the arcade cartridges, whatever. But
right.
That would be something that would be really good to see.
Brad, I gotta chime in here. That little super chat video that you just put in just reminded me of something.
What's that?
Someone in particular. Super chats are all coming in. It's insane here. It's insane. Look at this.
I just called here. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go.
The war has started.
Oh my goodness!
Wait,
I'm in the corner.
I have one more. I have one more prediction. I just
these 3 guys.
So, guys, big milestone this year. In 4 months, it'll be 5 years of the Evercade. They will be bringing a big announcement in May of 2025. I just thought of. So, imagine this: 5 years ago, with this little company, 60, 70 carts later. They're going to bring an announcement in May of 2025 to bring this thing full circle. Definitely, I just don't know what it is, but Could be could be Konami. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? But yeah, 5 years. I mean, we're still talking about this company positively. They're still giving us some of their best carts of their career. 4.5 years into their better and better.
They are getting better. Yep.
Yeah. So May of 2025, big announcement. I'm calling it.
Okay, so it's time to wrap this up with what's going on. Thank you for watching. What's going on my channel? I'll start it. Let's see. What's going on my channel? I have some new videos I just dropped. Go check out the Waybacks Arcade Tour. That one just came out. It's pretty good. I also have a new video that I dropped on Crystal Castles, the arcade game. How about you, Game Freak? What you got going on?
You know, I run this channel on a whim. I never know what I'm doing. I really don't. But I do like have an idea here.
I have some here. Who's working these controls?
I have some gaming reviews coming up. Whenever my EXPR shows up, I'm going to have an unboxing and a review on that.
Nice.
I also have some game hunting videos coming up. I think I'm going to start doing them next weekend, possibly, depending on how the weather is. And of course, I need to schedule some, have it in concrete when my live streams are going to be. I want to get a show together for that. So that's pretty much it for me. I mean, I try to put like 3 or 4 videos out every week. So
yeah, good. Kev Great. Now that you're at 1,000, you gonna sit on your laurels for a while, or are you gonna make some videos?
I need to make some videos, no doubt. This is the tough time for an accountant, so I've been working. I literally was working.
I can only imagine.
So I'll be working. But if I reach 1,010 subscribers, I will go live and open every single one of my Evercade not opened. Do you guys want AMSR Evercade?
1,010.
Watch, he finds out they're all dead. They're all bricked,
seals,
every cartridge.
All them seals.
I will open every one.
You heard that, Brooklyn. He only needs just 10, and all of his cartridges will be devaluing. You're devaluing your collection, Brooklyn.
I'm gonna go over Kev's house, and while he's downstairs, I'm just gonna open all of his cartridges.
Just go over there with little pocket knife and open them all up.
No.
So what you got going on, Brooklyn?
Man, well, right now, while my home arcade show, the Friday night arcade show, has been on rest for a couple of months, VR, man, it's just been all about that, bringing people from the home arcade community into VR.
You have a channel VR?
Playing games with all different people in the home arcade community, viewers, creators, and we've just been having a great time. And other than that, doing a lot of solo AAA VR games on the PlayStation VR 2. So, if you're into VR right now, come check it out. If you're into home arcades, come check it out. I touch on all of it, and of course, Evercade.
That's all I got.
There we go.
Any closing words from anybody?
Great show. Thanks for having us on. Thanks for hanging out, Game Chat. Nice meeting you, buddy. It's been lots of stuff.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's nice meeting you too. I got a couple words to say to close it out.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Be excellent to each other and
party
on, dudes.
Be excellent. That's asking way too much of us, King.
Take care. Stay legit. Catch you later.
Bill and Ted's.
Everybody.
Brad, man, since we were last on the show, you are now a proud owner of an Evercade VS Founders Edition.
I know. I'm an Evercadian now.
Wow. Welcome to the club.